Good evening, parents, guardians, and especially Red Hawks. I hope this all finds you well. So, here I'm going to walk us through the ILMEA audition process. And most of this can be found on our ILMEA website, but it's a little confusing. So, I kind of thought I would break it down in chunks. Part A will be our concert, senior ILMEA concert. So, that will be anybody who's doing the concert band slash orchestra, and then we'll switch over, and then if, once you get to that point, if you want to hit stop, cool. Then we're going to break down the jazz portion. So both are consistent in terms of the audition expectations from the district and the all state. So let's start off with virtual recordings, and this slide with all these links will be in with you and available as well. Um, but the audition itself, uh, there we go. The auditions are blind. Okay. Or, excuse me. It's getting late. And I've re recorded this 4 times. Can I just say that the videos are not blind? Thank you. Uh, and there will be no sight reading this year. So that might be some welcome news. Percussion, you'll only have mallets and snare drum to prepare. And if you don't have that, you're welcome to use a bell kit. And if you don't have a snare at home, you're welcome to use a drum pad. Okay. So the audition videos, each one of them have like scales, uh, etude one, etude two, and they need to be put in one link. Okay. And they can't be edited. So you don't want to use editing software program, audio in particular. So like Pro Tools, or I know a lot of you know how to use, Ableton or Ableton Live. Just stay away from all that and just make it a live recording. We're in District 9. Uh, the directors I've been talking to, most of them are not able to get in with their kids to make a recording, which is unfortunate, uh, because there's certain parts of the state that can. And I did, myself and the other instrumental teachers did reach out to the state just to make request a statement of equity and recognition that um, I don't have access to the auditorium, or I don't have access to the sanctuary church. Um, Everybody gets it. They really do. And so I want to encourage you to think about where you're going to record. Where do you sound good? Maybe it's in your house. Maybe it's in the garage. Maybe it's in your basement. So I know, think outside the box. And for some of you, that's not welcome news. And I recognize that. And I wish that there was something more that I could do about that, but there's not. Okay. No kids can be in District 203 in a building, and I can't participate in your recording. And I really am sorry for that. Because if it was up to me, I would. Um, that's not a statement of anything other than I want to help your kids. So I'm going to recommend that you don't do all the recording in one day. So, like as a trumpet player, if I tried to put together my perfect IMEA live cycle one, I would, and then do two and the scales. I think it's too much. So use this time that we have, because everything doesn't need to be submitted till October 14th, to your advantage. So several days, 2, 3 days, cycle one, or excuse me, not cycle one, but etude one, etude two, etude three. Some of you are being very ambitious. You're doing the concert, you're doing the jazz, you're doing the combo, jazz combo, and composition. So you got to kind of think of, like, map out your time, what's the end product, and then work backwards. And you cannot rush this process. If you've ever submitted something uh, virtually or digitally, you're going to be surprised. It's almost better to do it live, because you just kind of go, and mistakes happen, and you're able to walk out of the room. When mistakes happen and you're recording yourself, your Apple to like hit stop. Like, for example, I'm on my fourth or fifth time recording this video, because I hit a point and I'm like, I don't like the way that sounds, or this. So we're a lot of times our own worst critic. So IMA Scales, those are the Illinois Music Educators Association. Start on concert F, make it all the way to the end. Woodwinds, I'd say play through the quarter note, same thing. Brass, take a breath. Um, if anyone's curious about tempos that I've noticed through the years of students that have made all state on different instruments, I'd be happy to discuss that with you. But you should be able to cut through this thing like a hot knife through butter. I mean, just top to bottom, nails. Okay. Um, and so this is where you can find the come on, open up the excerpts, right? So go through and use what you feel fit. And if you don't need that resource, great. If you do, it's there for you. Okay. So here is the Concert 2 cycle music as well. And again, I'm sharing this out just as a resource because I recognize the fact that we are living in very strange days, right? Um, so if you play flute, there's cycle 2, and you're just going to have to trust me that it's opening. Okay. I don't think we need to look at the flute tonight. So submit everything, scales, cycle 1, cycle 2, one unlisted YouTube link. Sent that to me by October 14th. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, again, keep going back to that website of ilmea.org. We are District 9, and familiarize yourself with that. And these are just like the gotta knows. There's a lot more information in there that can be helpful for you. Okay. So now I'm going to move on to my senior jazz friends. Same thing here. The order that you are going to record yourself in is excerpt 1, which is from the Snidero. And different districts have different expectations. So that's why I was talking about that in improvisation with backing tracks. So here is District 9's expectations. Okay. So there's District 1. Don't record that for the S is silent. Okay. Don't do 4. Okay. Just 9. That's what they want to hear. S is silent, excerpt C, excerpt B. Okay. Where do I get the S is silent? Right here. This was passed out uh, as soon as we got it. And I think last spring, maybe early summer. So there it is. Okay. And I'm doing my best to go as quickly as I can just to make sure here because I want to honor your time. And here is the excerpt listing. So, for example, if I submitted something and they were asking for B and C, that would be measure 175 to 201. Excerpt C would be 203. So again, every year ILMEA commissions a new piece of music, and it's called the S is silent, or not. It's written by a big band composer, and that's the premier all-state piece. So last year, for example, Samantha played this chart, and it was so cool to like sit in the auditorium with all the other kids because they all know this tune, right? And to hear the all-state big band and I guess that was 2 years ago with Samantha. I apologize. So all recordings need to be submitted to me by August 14th. If you hit a deadline, if you hit a problem, just reach out. Okay. Some other little things I want to show you is if you are looking for the Jim Snidero etude, actually, let's stay in line here. So this is again, S is silent, um, and the Jim Snydero Etude. Okay, so where can I find the Snydero Etude? Well, that's called Friends, and our friends over at Hinsdale um, have this. We have purchased legal copies of this, multiple copies, but they have it on their main website. So I just thought I would share this. So you have Friends right here, and then the play along as well, which is pretty cool. So you've got your Friends book open, and then I'm sorry, what did I not open there? Okay, there we go. I think I might have clicked on it wrong. I'm not going to hit stop. Is that okay? But if you need a copy of the play along to practice that, please shoot me an email. But it should be all in there. Uh, Jamie Ebersol Volume 40 and 54 are the combo audition pieces. Okay, and I'm going to hope that you have that. And if not, shoot me an email. And the school has made purchases of that. So okay. So that's a lot of information. And I've been really tried to be as purposeful as I could in the presentation of this and to lay out that you're Red Hawks, you're taking on a really big challenge by doing this virtual, and I'm proud of you. And this is going to be great for your development. And parents and guardians, I'm going to call on you to be the voice of calm and reason because your child might spend a little too much time recording excerpt one or excerpt two, or like set limits. This is the amount of time that you have. And everyone, pay attention to your body, right? Okay, no injuries through this, and because if you're all of a sudden you're used to this much practicing, and then all of a sudden you're doing this, and you're like a woodwind player, or a brass player, or percussionist, the next day you play, you're going to be sore and tender. So make sure you're taking the time to warm down and taking care of your body and your embouchure and all those different things. And don't lose track that this is meant to be fun. Okay. Um, I know that many of you are going to be music majors, and I'm going to be really honest with you. This is not going to determine your future success. Okay. So like if you don't turn in the the home run of home runs, don't feel like if you don't make all state that somehow this is going to be a trajectory changer. It's You guys are just enjoy the process. If I could give you any advice, and like enjoy playing the musical lines and enjoy, and believe it or not, you'll play better if you're lighter and happier while you're doing it instead of it becoming a chore. I'm not saying it's not going to be hard. I'm not saying it's going to be hard work. And This is a very long video, and I do apologize for that, but I hope it helps. My cell phone is 815-685-2959, and my email is dallstott@naperville203.org. I'm also, I love jumping on Zooms real quick because sometimes just seeing your face, you seeing mine, and those help too. So, whatever way we can communicate, let's keep it going. Thank you all.